time there's a new Witcher teaser or trailer or anything, I am always late. Like sometimes I don't even make it. So today feels like an occasion. Hey, so guys, my name is Elinef Fox, welcome to my channel, and we finally have the official trailer for The Witcher Season 2. And I'm really excited for it because in the previous teaser slash trailer, we received a lot of clips from the previous season. So it did seem like sort of a recap. So I'm really looking forward to getting more clips from the season 2, and hopefully they would also not reveal much about the story. Now that is, I know, a little hard to balance, but they should be able to do it. Come on, you're big TV show makers. Get good editors.
Something has changed, Geralt. The world's acting strange these days. The north and south are at war. Monsters roaming when they should be hibernating. Maybe it's the end of days. Are you willing to sacrifice your life?
I've lived through 3 supposed end of days. It's all horseshit. This continent was meant for no one. None of us will have any peace until there are no monsters left in the world.
That's my home. My fight. Your precious leader's after something. You're a pawn to get to it.
Rebuild our forces, strengthen our numbers. We are an empire. The war's just begun.
Fear is an illness. It can consume you. Our best chance is to face it. Are you ready for this?
If what you say about that girl's power is true, you can't help her.
The man, the myth, the legend.
We need your help.
Fine, but first, gentlemen, it's been an honor. What? I made new friends. Get over it. Jealous?
I don't understand who makes these trailers. I mean, you do realize that 90% of the population is only interested in Geralt and Jaskier scenes, and yet you only give us like this teeny tiny bit. My mind is absolutely blown right now. This is such a good trailer. This is so good. And the best part is, the season 1 was pretty decent, but this looks like way higher budget. The CGI, man. Out of this world, and all those action sequences. I mean, all that. Geralt seems like way more powerful. I mean, he was pretty powerful in season 1, but here he seems like next level. And Yennefer, my god, she's so beautiful. And Ciri is like, you know, really becoming independent and strong and everything. And Fear, my god, is what? An illness? No, I mean, I would say that Fear often stops you from getting hurt because, you know, sixth senses, they're also something. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, this is such a good trailer and I cannot wait for the action sequences, man. They're so good.
The world's acting strange these days. The north and south are at war.
The starting was pretty Game of Thrones-y with, you know, the dragon flying in the sky and the north and the south fighting. And you guys have asked me to stop, but I will have to say it. The amount of dead bodies there was horrifying, but really beautiful. I mean, there is just something about a mass butchering that I find really attractive because, and it's not my fault, movies just present it really beautifully. All these people are dead and look so artistic. I can't help complimenting it. I mean, can you imagine that as a painting?
Monsters roaming when they should be hibernating.
Geralt stopping that scream multiple times in this trailer already has me sold. I mean, how badass is it? And the fact that it just looks so good. It looks so high budget. I mean, I do not feel okay watching this with just the subscription I already had. Should I pay you something else, you know, something over the subscription? Because this looks way too high end to come just for the subscription. And the monsters hibernating. I did not know that monsters hibernated, even though, you know, they're pretty lizards-like, and lizards obviously hibernate. So do polar bears, and they're not lizards, but a lot of animals hibernate, but I did not expect monsters to hibernate. Did I miss that in season 1? I don't know. I've never came across a single story where monsters were hibernating in winters. I mean, they obviously hibernate with their, you know, when they've lost a battle and they're too weak, but they hibernate in winters. Are those swords? No, wait. Are those pendants like the Witcher pendants of like dead witchers? Not that there is anything to worry about because you cannot have the Witcher without Geralt, but still, that is a lot of pendants.
Maybe it's the end of days.
Are you willing to sacrifice your life? I've lived through 3 supposed end of days. It's all horseshit.
I've lived through 2016 and 2020, so I guess I can also say that I've lived through some end of days and it's all horseshit. No, but you know, seriously, it was the end of days. Not 2016, but 2020 was quite the end of days.
None of us will have any peace.
That was so cool. And Yennefer has become such a strong and beautiful and just really confident character that everyone can look up to in one way or another, because, you know, in the beginning, in season 1's earlier episodes, she was really, you know, in the worst state possible. It wasn't just her physical, you know, self, her body. It wasn't just that. She had, you know, come from a very abusive family, and then at, you know, the magic school, whatever, the witches were pretty bad towards her. And ultimately, she took her life's reins into her own hands, and she became this really confident character that was like, okay, I'm here to take over. And she didn't have the best end, quite honestly, but she looks like she's gonna make a comeback, and that's pretty good because you should not give up. That's, you know, the whole point of this. And she's just so beautiful. I mean, when you look at Yennefer in the earlier episodes, and then now, it's not just that she's changed physically, she also looks much older. I mean, I remember seeing her before and after, and I was like, sister aged like 5 years. But like in a good way. There is nothing wrong with aging.
We are an empire. The war's just begun.
Every single trailer that I'm watching nowadays, there is always one person saying, the war has just begun. How many wars are we going to fight? I have mentioned this about the Wheel of Time a handful of times, that is very diverse. Like, it is the most diverse thing I've ever came across. And I think I've never mentioned this about The Witcher. The Witcher is also pretty diverse. I mean, obviously the two of the leads are white, but it's okay. We're getting diversity here and there, and it's better than most things we've came across. Who chose the music? I mean, there is nothing wrong with putting rap music behind action sequences, but it's a historic fiction show, and Kanye West was the last thing I thought I would hear. Who decided this music? I mean, I like it, but I don't like it. It's not supposed to be here. It doesn't even go here. That eyeliner might not be my best work, but it did take a lot of effort, and you can barely see it. Come on.
There is an illness. It can consume you. Our best chance.
It is so hilarious that he's talking about how fear is an illness, and then they show Yennefer and Ciri, and somebody's running and somebody's crying, and then Geralt is all over there like... I don't like this gap in my tooth. Yeah. Like, you can fill it to an extent. People are often scared of my teeth. They're not that terrifying. It's like all about the eyes, basically. I'm sorry, is that a cottage on the move? Because that did look like a cottage on the move.
Are you ready for this?
When I saw Yennefer and Ciri side by side, I would tell you, my soul left my body for a moment and then returned because I had to make this video. And because I really want to live. And not that, you know, my opinion matters, I'm gonna die when God will, but... it's a figure of speech, didn't actually die for a second. Or maybe I have and I just don't know it. Not really familiar with celestial stuff.
If what you say about that girl's power is true, you can't help her.
Lady Danbury giving some important advice, but the problem is we do not know which girl she's referring to, Ciri or Yennefer. In Bridgerton, she gave this like really big piece of advice, like, love, your grace changes everything. And I was like, nope. Lady Danbury, most of the time it's love that changes because people fall out of love. They just cannot love the same person for the rest of their lives. And when you really think about it, sometimes not falling out of love is the problem. You know, in toxic relationships. I don't understand why we're like physically unable to leave a person who is really toxic. Like, leaving them feels like a weight off of our shoulders, and yet we just do not do it. That's coming from a person that was in a toxic relationship, and I just could not leave until one day I realized, man, what are you doing sitting around telling everyone to get out of their toxic relationships and not getting out yourself? Be a man of your word and walk out. So then I did, and then we patched up again. I got no honor, honestly, I don't. But before you guys get overly concerned about me, I made it abundantly clear that if I receive another silent treatment, I will be walking out and never walking back in again. So yeah, we're pretty good now. We've not had a fight in, I would say, a year. Yeah, we haven't had one in a year. So I guess it's nice that I walked back in.
We need your help.
Fine, but first... Gentlemen, it's been an honor.
You expect me to believe that Geralt of Rivia asked Jaskier for help and he did not show a little bit of attitude or like squeaked or something? He was just like, fine. That is a reaction you would expect from Geralt, not Jaskier. He should have like brought his guitar out and gone, so you need my help, you need me to toss a coin. You know, should have given us something. I mean, they did put in this like mice scene to make up for it, but no. Jaskier did not act like himself, and that is unforgivable, and we need more scenes of him. How dare you to not give us more scenes of him? I'm literally watching this for Henry Cavill, but you know, Jaskier comes in at a close second. We've been pretty lucky lately because I've been seeing really great trailers. Like, finally they have hired good people to make their trailers. My God, this is so good. And obviously we're gonna watch it. No need for me to repeat myself and say, oh, I am going to watch this, definitely, because everybody's going to watch this. This is pretty good. And yeah, that's it. Let's do the outro, and please stick around for the outro because it will mean a lot. I'd really like it if you would. For a second there, I thought I had Adam's apple. Do women have Adam's apple? I mean, it feels like I do, but my brother says that women don't have one, or maybe he was just making an idiot out of me. Anyway, that was it for this video. Really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, give me a like, also comment below and let me know any of your thoughts or anything basically, and also subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every time I upload, and also check out my edits channel. It's at Elinef Edits, and follow me on Instagram. It's at Elinef_Fox, and on Twitter it's at Elinef Fox, and I'll hopefully catch you in the next video. I'm the only Elinef Fox, and in season 1, I was not a big fan of Yennefer, but from the looks of it, I'm really going to like her in season 2. So yeah, that is it. And please do not attack me for not liking Yennefer. I mean, everyone has their own preferences, and I was just not a fan of her overnight change in behavior. Because even though it took magic, I just am not a fan of people completely switching personalities. Anyway, bye!